Hare Krishna. You can go ahead, Ashutosh. Next slide.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I don't have control again. Otherwise, you give me control. You can give me control, bro. That will be easy.
Yes, Prabhu, I just upload. Can you check? Oh, wait. Okay.
Yeah. This is over already. Yeah. After telling the entire knowledge about the basically the Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, now Krishna is telling what? He doesn't directly start Bhakti Yoga. First he says, he actually tells about Brahmabhuta platform, then he says activities in Bhakti lead to Krishna's abode. And then he tells that please now you can stop this stop presentation. I'll directly now we have to directly read Bhagavad-Gita.
Okay, bro.
Yes. So then he says activities in Bhakti lead to Krishna's abode. So work in Krishna consciousness. So that is what Krishna tells. And result of working on Krishna consciousness, that comes in verse number 58. And then result of not following Krishna consciousness, that comes in verse number 60. And then 61, Krishna tells about super soul is the master and director. So surrender unto super soul. So that's how he ends the Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga section. And then he says this famous verse number 63. Are you able to see Bhagavad Gita?
No, Prabhu.
No?
It is not loading, Prabhu.
Okay, same issue, I think. So Bhagavad Gita takes 63. Maybe Ashish, you have to share and you only
It is now it is visible. You
What
can
is
share.
visible?
visible?
Yes.
Okay. So 18.63 is here. Yes, please recite this after me. Itite jnanam akhyatam
Iti te jnanamakhyatam
guhyataram maya
guhyataram
vimrishyaitada sheshena yatechasi tatha kuru.
यथेच्छति तथा कुरु.
Yes. Translation, someone can read.
Thus, I have explained to you knowledge, still more confidential. Deliberate on this fully and then do what you wish to do.
Yeah, so Krishna has already told the confidential knowledge in the chapter number 9, text number 34. So it is said that Bhagavad Gita is like a sandwich or different things are compared. Like main substance is there in the between. So Bhakti Yoga is there in between. And in that between also like 7 to 12 chapter is the Bhakti Yoga. In that also 9 chapter is the most substantial, the most confidential knowledge is there in the 9th chapter. And even in the 9th chapter, the text number 34 is the most important. So that verse, so in the entire Bhagavad Gita, only one verse repeats 2 times. That is 9.34. That repeats there. And 18th again, now Krishna is going to tell the same verse again. So let us see that what is the most confidential knowledge and what is that particular verse. So, yes, next verse, text number 9.64. Sarvaguhyatamam bhuyah Shruno me paramam vacha.
मे परमं वचः
Ishtosi me dridhamati.
इष्टोऽसि मे दृढमिति
Tato vakshami te hitam.
ततो वक्ष्यामि ते
Yes, Ashutosh Bro, translation.
Yes, Prabhuji. Because you are my very dear friend, I am speaking to you my supreme instruction, the most confidential knowledge of all. Hear this from me, for it is for your benefit.
Okay, next verse. Yes, this is the verse which Krishna wants to tell. Manmana bhava madbhakto
Manmana bhakto
madhya jimam namaskuru mame vaishyasi satyam te. My Lord. Some network issue is going on.
Prabhu, maybe you can keep your video off. It might run smoothly.
Okay. Manmana bhava madbhakto
Manmana
madhya jimam namaskuru
मद्याजीमां नमस्कुरु
mame vaishyasi satyam te.
मानव्यस्यसि
Jnane priyosi me. Jitendra Prabhu, translation. Jitendra Prabhu is not there. Okay. Roshan Prabhu, translation you can read.
Yes, Prabhu. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend.
Yeah, so Krishna is telling this is the most important of all the instructions in Bhagavad Gita. This is the most important. Always think of me. That means we should just, that's why it is in Satatam Kirtayantamam. Always chant the holy name. Think of me means we have to chant the holy name of the Lord and become my devotee. So so whoever chants the holy name of God, he becomes devotee, and also he has to follow all the four regulatory principles, chant Hare Krishna and not criticizing devotees. So then he becomes a devotee. Worship me. So we worship the Lord. Offer obeisances. So every day when we go to the temple of the Lord, we offer obeisances. Thus you will come to me without fail. So this is how Bhakti Yoga is actually the most easy. Now he just compare this Bhakti Yoga to all the Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, and Ashtanga Yoga like that. Ashtanga Yoga, there are 8 processes, 8 processes, and when you start following only, it becomes so difficult. So nowadays only people are doing Yogasana and all, that covers only one or first and second only. There are Ashtanga, where even it comes to Samadhi also. That becomes very tough, and it is proposed impossible to do in Kali Yuga. So it's not at all possible. Only in Satyuga, people used to meditate for years together without eating, without sleeping, and they used to have such control. But nowadays, it's not possible. So Bhakti Yoga is actually, if you see, it is the most simplest and most easy. So, and this is the most confidential part of the entire Bhagavad Gita. And that's why this particular instruction comes second time in the Bhagavad Gita. So let us read the purport, which is very important. Yes, purport. Anurag Pro can read purport.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. The most confidential part of knowledge is that one should become a pure devotee of Krishna and always think of him and act for him. One should not become an official mediator. Life should be so molded that one will always have the chance to think of Krishna. One should
Yeah, this is
always
very
act in such
important.
a way.
Life should be molded in such a way that one should always be able to think of Krishna. So our everything, entire our life, job, our family, everything we should mold in such a way that we should have time for Krishna. We should have time for chanting. We should have time for reading Bhagavad Gita. We should have time for hearing the glories of the Supreme Lord. So if we mold our life in that way, that is actually success. And that's how it goes on. One should always act in such a way that all his daily activities are in connection with Krishna. So Krishna is, so here Prabhupada is telling not to give up anything, but connect everything to Krishna. See, one should always act in such a way that a daily activity should be in connection to Krishna. And like that, he should be engaged in 24 hours. So 24 hours engagement is like this. Everything you do, so and whatever activities you are doing, you have to continue with that, but only you have to connect it with the Supreme Lord. Then it becomes 24 hours devotional service. And then you can return to the abode of Krishna. So that's how it comes. Okay, next text number 66. Most famous verse and the conclusion of Bhagavad-Gita. Actually, this is only the conclusion. 66. Sarvadharman parityajya
Sarvadharmam pratyajya
mamekam sharanam vraja
mamekam sharanam vraja
aham tam sarva papebhyo
aham tvam sarvapapebhyo
mokshayishyami ma shuchah.
mokshayami.
Yes, Surajpur translation.
Translation: Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear.
Yeah, so surrender unto me. This is the final conclusion of the Bhagavad Gita. Surrender unto me, and I will free you from all the sinful reactions. Do not fear. Text 67. Idam te natapaskyaya
Idam te
na bhaktaya kadachana
na bhuktaya kadachana
na chashru shriyasha vevacham
na cha vishve vakyam
achamam yobhya suyati.
Chama.
chamam yosh.
Yes, Chaitanya Prabhu, translation.
Translation: This confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not as austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me.
Yeah, that's why this knowledge is given just in the middle, so that there are people who scholars who will go initially try to do something. So they'll not get that confidential knowledge. Some may just read 1-2 chapters and keep Bhagavad Gita, thinking that I know everything. They'll not be revealed. So this is not for everyone. Those who are consistently coming 1, 2, 3, 4 coming, then they come to 9th chapter, they get the ultimate, and then again 18th chapter, again everything is summarized. So not that anyone and everyone can get this knowledge. So how many of you are coming from the all the 2 years, attended all the programs, all the Gita classes? Or of course you must have read Bhagavad Gita separately also, but of course not. I think because some of you got connected in between, some of you may not be knowing about reading later. Because when we started, we were only I think 4 or 5 only. Later on, the group increased. So, but I was the constant, so I completed once at least. While teaching, I got benefited fully. Okay, so text 68. Ya idam paramam guhyam
Ya idam paramam guhyam
madbhakteshvabhidhasyati
Madhvakti vidhasati
bhaktim mayi param pritva
bhaktimai param katva
mame vaishasya shamshayah.
Mami vaishyatya samshayah.
Yeah, so Bhagavad Gita is already over. Huh? Bhagavad Gita is over. Krishna has spoken, surrender unto me. Sarvadharman Parityajya, everything is over now. Krishna has surrendered, Arjuna has surrendered also. Now what we are reading is just the glories of Gita. So Krishna is speaking the glories of the entire knowledge, whatever he taught to Arjuna. Krishna is just telling what is the glory of that knowledge, what happens by that knowledge. Yes, translation. Chaitanyam Arya Prabhu, translation.
Yes, Prabhu. For one who explained this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and at the end, he will come back to me.
Yeah, so when supreme secret means the same Gita. One who tells this pure devotional, one who explains to the devotees. That means Now all of you have read Bhagavad-Gita and heard about it. Now all of you should start Bhagavad-Gita classes and teach to the other people. So you will get pure devotional services guaranteed then for you. And at the end, you will come back to, you will be back to the Lord, Supreme Lord. And next verse is even more. It is for the preachers of Krishna consciousness. This verse is very important. Nacha tasman manusheshu kashin me priyakritamaha bhavitana cha me tasmad anya priyataro bhuvi. Yes, Vinit Prabhu, translation.
There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, or nor will there ever be one more dear.
Oh, which servant? There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he. He means who?
Arjuna.
One who preaches the message of Bhagavad-Gita.
Yeah,
Yes.
previous verse. One who gives the message of Krishna and gives that supreme secret to everyone. He is the most dear. I'll not only that, I just take him back to Godhead, but he is very dear to me. So that loving reciprocation is also there. So there can be many servants. We can say I am Das, Das of Krishna, Krishna Das, Ram Das, and like that. But the real Das is one who preaches the glories of the Lord to the others. So invites more and more, because Lord becomes very happy, because Lord is actually eagerly waiting for all the conditioned soul who are suffering in this world. He wants them to come to him, but now he is worrying, how should I bring them? I am telling them, I am giving Bhagavad Gita, but still they are not accepting. So then when the devotee goes to the people and he brings them, he inspires them, he tells them about the knowledge, and slowly he brings them to the lotus feet of Krishna. So Krishna becomes very pleased with that devotee who is bringing all other souls. So that's how. Text 70. Adeshyate chaya imam dharmyam samvadamavayoha jnanayagyena tenaham ishtasyam iti me mati. Yes, Suraj Prabhu, translation.
Translation. And I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worship me by his intelligence.
Basically, one who studies this Bhagavad Gita, he worships me by intelligence. That means even by reading Bhagavad Gita, you are worshipping the Lord. Text 71. Shraddhavan anasuyascha shrunuyadapi nyo naraha sopi mukta subalokan prapnuyat punya karmanam. Yes, Rajesh Prabhu, translation. Yes, Rajesh Prabhu.
Translation. And one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planets where the pious dwell.
Yeah, one who listens. So the previous verse was about studying. One who studies, he also gets perfected. And one who listens with faith and without envy, his also life is perfected. He becomes free from all sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planets where the pious dwells. Yes, text 72. Kashid etas shrutam partha त्वय्येकाग्रेण चेतसा कश्चिदज्ञानसम्मोह प्रणष्टते धनञ्जय. So you see there are if you see the previous what we say links, the text number 69, 68, 69, it told about preaching. One who does preaching is very, very dear to me. Now one may say, oh, I am not able to preach, I'm having already my schedule is so tight. What to speak of others? If I preach to myself, that will be sufficient. Somebody may think like that and may ask question that how Krishna is saying, oh, this is the preacher is the most dear to me. What about me then? So then for them, Krishna says the previous two verses that if you are not able to preach, then study. Even by studying, you become perfect. And if somebody says, okay, study also becomes difficult, okay, then there are people who don't even know how to read. Like when we go to village for book distribution, we meet villagers. They say we cannot read only. What we will do with the Bhagavad-Gita? Then we say, okay, you hear at least. So that's why Krishna is giving different options. Yes, translation. Ashutosh, translation. Ashutosh,
Yes, Prabhuji. I could not hear. Can you please repeat?
no translation you have to read.
Your voice is breaking, but sorry.
Okay, Rajesh, you are able to hear?
Yes, Prabhu.
I can.
Translation. O son of Pritha, O conqueror of wealth, have you heard this with an attentive mind? And are your ignorance and illusions now dispelled?
Correct. So now he is asking Arjuna, O son of Pritha, O conqueror of wealth, have you heard this with attentive mind? So it's like after giving a class, you have to again ask the people. Sometimes they may not hear attentively. So have you heard this with an attentive mind? Are your ignorance and illusions now dispelled? So this is very important question that important thing, because when the answer the student or any disciple, he asks the question to a guru, then guru at the end, even there are many Prabhupada disciples also, when they come, they ask, is it clear, Prabhu? After answering the question, they will ask, is it clear? That means I have given from my side, but if you are not clear, again you can clarify. So like that. So Krishna, even after telling all the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, speaking 700 verses, and after that again he was ready to again speak the same things. Again he was ready to speak another 700 verses in case Arjuna had any doubt. So this is what is a teacher. He is not tired of teaching. Till the time a student is not convinced, he will keep speaking. So now Arjuna says, let us see whether his doubts are destroyed or not. Initially, he was calling Krishna as, you are Madhusudan. So please, killer of the Madhu demon, now kill the doubts of my demon of my doubts. Arjuna Uvacha.
Arjuna Uvacha.
Nashto moha smritirlabdva.
Nashto
Tvatprasadan mayachyuta. Titosmi gata sandeha. Karishe vachanam tvava. Yeah, so now Arjuna is saying Karishya Vachanam Tava. That means I will just follow your Vachan. Karishya Vachanam Tava. Yes, Anurag, Pro translation. Anurag.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
My dear Krishna, infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I now firm and free. I am now firm and free from doubt, and I am prepared to act according to your instructions.
Yeah, Karishya Vachanam Tava. Very famous verse. This is also. So my illusion is gone, and I have regained my memory, which was lost. I have again regained. I am now firm and free from doubt, and I am prepared to act. So this. Yes. Now the Krishna Arjuna conversation is over. Arjuna has agreed for that. No other questions remain. So the entire movie is over. Arjuna Krishna. Now Sanjay comes back. So we saw the first verse starts with Sanjay Uvacha, And now here the ending verses starts with Sanjaya Uvacha, because basically the entire Bhagavad-Gita is Sanjay is observing what is happening in the battlefield and is telling to the Dhritarashtra. Sanjaya Uvacha
Sanjaya
Vacho
Ityaham Vasudevasya
Vasudevasya
Parthasya cha Mahatmanah
Parthasya cha Mahatman
Samvadami imam Samvadam imam ashrosham
Vadam imam ashrusham
Adbhutam Romaharshanam.
Adbhutam Romam Darshanam.
Yes, who is next? Vinit Pro translation.
Thus have I heard the conversation of two great souls, Krishna and Arjuna, and so wonderful is that message that my hairs is standing on end.
Yeah, whose hairs are standing? Sanjay's hairs, who was on the side of Kurus. He was the assistant of Dhritarashtra. His hairs are standing after hearing the conversation of great souls, Krishna and Arjuna. Yes, text number 75. Vyasapradatas Shrutavan Etad Guhyam Param Yogam Yogeshwarat Krishna
Yogam Yogeshwara Krishna
Sakshat Kathayata Swayam.
Sakshat Kathayata Swayam.
Yes, Suraj Pro translation.
Translation. By the mercy of Vyasa, I have heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna.
Yeah, so Sanjay said that it is not that I am so eligible to understand this or hear this. This is only by the mercy of Vyasa, who is my spiritual master. Because of him, I could actually understand and heard this confidential knowledge, which is not available to everyone. So this is also very important, that when we get the knowledge, we should not become puffed up and think that I am the one who saw Bhagavad-Gita, I am the first one, or like that. No, he was humble even after. So this is the, what we say, this is the result of that, or this is the result of one who has heard properly. If somebody just hears for his knowledge, then the knowledge goes to his head and he becomes proud. But here the knowledge is transforming heart of Sanjaya. Text 76. Rajan Samskritya Samsmritya Samvadam imam adbhutam
Samvadam eva adbhutam
Keshavarjunayo punyam
Keshavarjunayo punyam
Rishyami cha muhurmuhu.
Rishyami cha murmuhu.
Yes, Chaitanya Prabhu, 76 translation.
O king, as I repeatedly recall these wondrous and holy dialogues between Krishna and Arjuna, I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment.
Yeah, I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. So even though we are ending Bhagavad Gita today, but the same thing should happen to us also, because we are also one of the person who are hearing Bhagavad Gita, reading Bhagavad Gita. For us also same thing should happen what is happening to Sanjaya. I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. So every day we should recall this wonderful incident. And I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment. So, and when we, so any time any depressing situation comes, we should just remember this, take pleasure and get thrilled. Text 77, last second verse of Bhagavad Gita. Tacha samsmritya Rupam ati adbhutam hare.
Rupam adbhutam hare.
Vismayo me mahan rajan.
Vismayo
Vishyami cha puna puna.
Vishyami cha puna puna.
Yes, Ashutosh Prabhu, translation.
O king, As I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, I am struck with wonder more and more, and I rejoice again and again.
Yes, O King, as I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, I am struck with wonder more and more, and I rejoice again and again. So now he has actually become Bhakta because he is able to remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna. So even Sanjaya could get the essence after hearing Jnana Yoga, everything he heard, and he understood this is the I have to remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, that is the beautiful personal form of the Lord. So that means he is actually a devotee has become. Yes, last verse of Bhagavad Gita. Yatra Yogeshwarah Krishna,
Yatra
Yatra
Yogeshwara Krishna,
Yogeshwara Krishna,
Yatra Partho Dhanurdharah,
Yatra
Yatra
Partho
Bhararo Dhanodhana,
Tatra Shri Vijayor Bhutir,
Tatra Shri
Yatra Shri Vijayor Bhutir,
Dhruvani Tirmatirmama.
Dhruvani
Dhruvantir Matir Mama.
So this also we will all recite this together. So you all recite after me. Wherever there is Krishna,
Wherever there is Krishna,
Wherever there is Krishna,
the master of all mystics,
the
the
master,
master of all mystics,
and wherever there is Arjuna,
and
And
wherever
wherever there is Arjuna,
the supreme archer,
the
the
supreme
supreme archer,
there will also certainly be opulence,
there will
there
also
will
certainly
also
will also
certainly
be
be
certainly
opulence,
opulence,
victory,
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 extraordinary power,
extraordinary power,
extraordinary power,
and morality.
and
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 morality.
morality.
That is my opinion.
that
That
is
is
That
my
is my
opinion.
opinion.
Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki.
Jai.
Jai.
Wherever there is Krishna, wherever there is Arjun, there has to be victory. So the power, extraordinary power, and morality, and opulence, everything will come. So this is how we have completed the entire Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapters. So a little bit extended, 10 minutes I have extended, but a lot of connection issues and this thing happened. Somehow I don't know, our internet was not working. I joined from a mobile internet that is little not so stable. So thank you all very much. Now we have completed Bhagavad Gita. We'll see, and we are already undergoing Bhagavatam tells in our daily classes. So this is one of the, in of course all of you, though some of you already read the entire Bhagavad Gita also, I know. So that is wonderful. Some of you can go through it again, those who are not read. And I also recommend, as Krishna said, that you can try to teach about Bhagavad Gita knowledge to others. That will be a great thing. You can, if you want, again, you can go through this entire Bhagavad Gita, read every chapter, assimilate, take out the points, understand the links, per part the flow between each chapters, each verses, and what is actually, because there is one Prabhupada disciple. He says every year I read Bhagavad Gita, every year. Every year starts with Bhagavad Gita, every year he ends, the Bhagavad Gita is completed. So like that he does every year. He's doing that like from last 50 years. I mean, 50 times he has read a Bhagavad Gita already. So it is like page by page, become a sage. So every day you read at least a page, and that's how you go on. And then 1 year you can complete, because 700 verses means 365 days we have. 700 verses means every day if you read 2 verses, you can complete the entire Bhagavad Gita in a year. That is for the second time. Those who are reading first time, they have to read more faster so that they can complete maybe within 5 or 6 months. So that, and then you can, second reading you can do like that, 2 verses in a day or like that. And teaching also is one of the way of studying only. If you teach Bhagavad Gita, then and then also it will come as your reading also. So it happens, study also happens, hearing also happens, preaching also happens. All the three will be covered. So, and audience, you can try to get your some of your friends or some of your relatives or whoever is ready to hear. And Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur said, in case nobody is there present, just preach to the 4 walls. That means if you go for a program and nobody comes, that doesn't mean that you don't speak Krishna Katha. You can speak. 4 walls are there, just speak it. The Krishna Katha should not be postponed, or it should not be cancelled at any time. It should go on always. So thank you all very much. We had, so all of you are nicely participated. Many of you used to come regularly for the classes. Rajesh Prabhu, Ashutosh Prabhu was our coordinator also. He used to remind everyone, and he also was there most of the classes. Anurag Prabhu, he is also very fond of Bhagavad-Gita. Vinit Prabhu is there. He joined recently, but quite regular. Vipul Prajapati Prabhu. Then Jitendra Prabhu was very regular from the starting. Suraj Prabhu was regular. Chaitanya Prabhu was there. So thank you all very much. We'll, of course, tomorrow onwards we will have Bhagavatam Tales in the evening. So some of you wanted to change the timing of Bhagavatam Tales. So is it 7:30 to 8 okay, or should we change to some other time?
Some other time, Prabhu.
Yes,
time?
yes, timings will change.
Oh, which time is good for you, Jitendra Prabhu?
8.
8 o'clock. Oh.
Yeah.
And Rajesh Prabhu?
8 o'clock, Prabhu.
8 o'clock, good. What is there, 7:30?
7:30 class.
Okay, 7 to 8 you have classes. Okay. Everybody else is okay for 8 to 8:30 class, Bhagavatam Tips?
Okay, Professor. No problem. No issue.
Okay. So tomorrow. Okay. So tomorrow onwards we'll have 8 to 8:30 Bhagavatam Tips. Okay. So timing will be shifted. So the Bhagavatam Tips have only 30 chapters. I have covered already 13 or 14 chapters. The remaining next 15 days will cover the remaining also. And the Sunday session we'll see what to take in the next Sunday classes onwards. Okay. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna. Srimad
Thank you so much,
Bhagavad Gita
Prabhuji.
ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you so much for all your efforts. You took whole year. You used to be so busy in serving Rajasthan Prabhu, but still you used to manage in taking classes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you Prabhuji, for classes, and Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much, Prabhu, for the class. Prabhu, can you share that PDF of Bhagavad Gita, which we were studying as a referral?
Okay, this PPT.
Yes, Prabhu.
PPT only it was.
In
I converted into PDF. I'll send. It is there in Prabhuji's website, Gita Rahasyam. So there is such kind of PPT for every chapter. If you go to www.radheshamdas.com, there you will find there are PPTs for everything. You go there and just search Gita Rahasyam. Then you will get all the 18 chapters and 18 PPTs will be there. That PPTs can be converted to PDF also. So you can refer to all. Today what I shared, that was 18 chapter. So, but you can refer to all the previous also. That is also good way. In case Bhagavad Gita reading becoming difficult, somebody can just, or if you just want to understand the flow and all, you can go through PPTs first. Then you start reading Bhagavad Gita. So that is there on. It will come in the website.
okay, Prabhu.
Okay, and Ashutosh Prabhu, you can share still the 18 chapter PDF. You can just share in the group so that others.
Yes, Prabhuji, I will
PPTs
post.
Okay, maybe you have to compress it. It's very size is very big, 9 MB it is.
Yes, okay, Prabhuji, I will post.
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu, so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.